The art of conversation lies in listening, and today's conversation is about the listening skills. Welcome to moneyHOP Q&A session. Today we are featuring Rachel DMello. She is the founder of Your Guide to IELTS. So today's discussion is about the listening module of IELTS exam. So let's get started. Rachel, welcome to moneyHOP Q&A session. Great to have
Thank
you
you.
over here. So today we are going to discuss about the listening module of IELTS exam. So can you tell some common challenges that students usually face when they are taking the listening exam?
Right. So, as per my knowledge and experience, there are three main difficulties that students face, especially when they are dealing with the listening module. The first one is they lose their concentration while the audio is being played, right? So, since this audio is only played once, students often get distracted and they miss out on the key details that they actually need to listen for. So, as a solution to this, I would suggest that they practice active listening by taking notes and also predict answers before the question, before the audio begins. So, that helps them to keep concentrating on the audio. The second challenge that I see students making or facing is wrong spellings. So since we live in a technological world, we have autocorrect to instantly correct any mistake that we make in any word. So incorrect spelling leads to lower score. So a solution to this could be to make a note of commonly misspelled words, or rather mistakes that you keep making again and again. And just few days before your exam, you could ask someone to give you a dictation of these commonly made mistakes of yours, so that you don't make those same mistakes in your exam. And the third thing that I see most students struggling with is the multiple choice question. So here the options can be tricky, and the audio uses a lot of distractors. So the best strategy here is to use the elimination technique. So if you have three options, try to eliminate the obviously incorrect answers, and that makes it easier for you to choose the correct answer.
You told about the audio test where audio is played only once. Can you give some specific tips so that students can recollect them better when they are doing the written test?
Correct. Perfect. So, in order to stay focused and catch the key details, I always give the students about 3 to 4 tips here. The first thing is, which is extremely important, you need to preview the questions. So before the audio starts, they will tell you you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5 or 11 to 15. So in this time, you're going to quickly scan the questions and highlight keywords on your question paper. Okay. So this will help you predict what type of information you actually need to listen for. The second thing that they can do is to follow along while they are listening. So move your pen or the cursor along with the question and the audio, so that you don't get lost, right? Another thing that you should focus on is paraphrasing, correct? So the words that are used in the question may not match the words in the recording. So you need to be alert for synonyms. That's how you stay focused. And another thing that I'd like to add here is to ignore, they tend to ignore the distraction. So if you miss an answer, don't panic. The next thing you're going to do is focus on the upcoming questions. Otherwise, if you panic and if you realize that, oh, I missed an answer, you're going to probably miss the next few answers also. Correct. So if at all you miss a particular answer, it's okay. Just don't panic. Move on to the next questions and find those answers.
So when it comes to audio test, accent is also important. So there are different kind of accent. There is Australian accent, there is French accent. So how it affects the test? The
Right.
comprehension of it is difficult, right? Like we are usually
Yes.
used to the American accent or the UK accent. But when it comes to other accent, how can students get a grip on it?
Correct. That's an extremely valid question, by the way. So, the best tip that I would give students to, improve their accent comprehension is by exposing themselves to a variety of resources. So, for example, if you want to understand the British accent, you can watch BBC News. That's one thing. If you want to understand American accents, I always recommend to watch TED Talks, TED, TED Talks on YouTube. Here, the speakers give a lot of motivational information, and while you're learning something new, you're also paying attention to the way they are speaking and the pronunciation that they're using. If you want to understand Australian accents, there is a lady called Liz, Liz. She has a YouTube channel, so that's something that I would recommend students to watch. Um, Few other tips for accent. Number one is using subtitles. So when you watch an English TV show or a movie, initially watch it with subtitles down, but then once you get a hang of the pronunciation and the accent, eventually you can switch them off. And try to mimic pronunciation. So when you hear a native speaker saying something, pause the video and try to say it just like the way they are saying it. So automatically you will also be able to pronounce it the way they are saying it.
Incredible. That's some great insights. Now imagine that like a student is going to attend the exam in 1 week. So
Mhm.
can you provide some tips, quick tips, so that the student can do the listening text extremely well within 1 week? Can you give some
Correct.
tips?
Of course. So let's say if you have just 7 days for your exam, correct? So what you can do is, first of all, start by understanding the different question types. Okay. So review all the 4 sections of the test, practice multiple choice questions first, then form completion, then maps, and so on. And try to identify the weak areas and focus on them. Okay. Then maybe from day 3 and day 4, you can start by taking full length listening tests per day. Okay. While you're doing this, like I mentioned earlier, expose yourself to a variety of accents and try to listen and write simultaneously. On day 5, what you could work on is speed and accuracy. So, what you could do is listen to a TED talk and increase the speed by 1.25 times, correct? So, in case you get a fast audio in your exam, your mind is already trained to listen to an audio of that speed. So, that is something that you could work on. On day 6 and day 7, practice taking full length mock test under a timed condition and make sure that you don't replay the audio over and over because that is something you cannot do in your exam. And that's about it. Stay calm, stay relaxed. And on one day before your exam, do not take any test. Instead, go through all the tests that you solved and review the mistakes that you've made so that you don't make those same mistakes in your exam.
Rachel, so the audience who are watching this video would definitely want to know about your personal brand that's helping a lot of students to crack IELTS and also about you. So can you tell about yourself for the audience?
All right. Hi, everyone. This is Rachel, and I'm a British Council certified IELTS trainer. For the last 6 years, I have been coaching students for the IELTS exam, and almost all of them have cleared the exam in the first attempt. I specialize in online one on one coaching, wherein I tailor the course as per the student's learning ability and pace. So, through this one on one coaching, you're going to benefit from expert guidance, proven strategies, and you will be getting feedback throughout the course until the day of your exam. The best part about it, it is one on one. So, you will be getting individual attention, and we will be focusing on the weak areas that you struggle with. And by the end of the course, I'm confident that with my expertise and your efforts, you will be able to get your desired score.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
All right.
Hope the
Thank
students
you
who are
for
watching this video greatly benefit from this. So thanks a lot once
thank
again.
you. Yeah, thank you for having me, and all the best to all the IELTS aspiring students.